Yo, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Now, we got to go ahead and talk about this interesting story that's going on in the news right now. And I have to go ahead and say this out the bat that none of this has been confirmed yet, but there has been multiple news outlets, blogs that have been talking about this, and I've been seeing it all over the internet. And I have to go ahead and share with you guys because if this turns out to be true, this could be a career altering moment for someone like Francis Ngannou, who pretty much is getting accused of, taking out a young girl. We're gonna go ahead and read all the details, but before I do that, let me know down in the comment section below if you guys have been hearing about this news as well, because this is just going crazy right now in the MMA world. As you guys can read right here, it says Francis Ngannou involved in a motorbike accident in Yaoundé. Francis Ngannou reportedly hit a young lady with his bike who was returning from an outing, and she unfortunately passed away despite surgical intervention. That is some terrible, terrible, sad news. It says right here, and this is from today, March 28th, literally a couple of hours ago. Mixed martial artist, two-time heavyweight boxer Francis Ngannou was allegedly involved in a fatal car crash that killed a girl in Cameroon capital of uh, Yaoundé, according to the Cameroon Concord. The victim, identified as, I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name, we're just going to call her Manuela, was taken to the hospital where she died during surgery. Now, apparently, what happened is that they got into like a collision, and it was so bad to the point that this young lady had to be taken to the hospital. Obviously, she went surgery, she didn't make it, so it just pretty much points out to the fact that, she got hit pretty damn hard. The incident was initially reported by a whistleblower group called the Nzui Mantou. Although the reports have only recently come out, the crash happened over Easter weekend, according to Cameroon Online. The exact circumstances are unclear. Some reports claim that Ngannou's vehicle collided with a motorcycle carrying a 17-year-old Manuela, while others allege that Ngannou himself was riding a motorcycle that struck the young woman, according to the Cameroon Online. So obviously, with rumors going around, there isn't going to be, concrete evidence on everything that went down. And unfortunately, a lot of it is just hearsay, and that's just the truth of, storylines like this, especially when whistleblowers come out and say certain stuff like that. If they aren't concrete with the clear accusations, people are going to just go ahead and make up their own, which is always a messed up thing. If this turns out to be true, honestly, in my opinion, this could be a terrible, terrible situation for Francis Ngannou. But forget about Francis Ngannou for a second, ladies and gentlemen. This young woman, 17 years old, died prematurely. Who knows what could have caused this, if whether or not Francis Ngannou was like under the influence, or if he was just driving recklessly. We don't know the details on any of that at all. But if that turns out to be true, like, let's just say that Francis Ngannou was going out in a joyride and was acting like a fucking retard on the freeway and managed to kill somebody. I mean, that's just gonna change everything that we know so far about Francis Ngannou. Obviously, so many people out there are gonna just talk trash about the man because he did something completely recklessly to take, the life of another human being, just because he was acting like a retard on the freeway. But before we go ahead and start pointing fingers and throw crazy accusations at Francis Ngannou, I mean, this is just overall a terrible situation. If it is true, if it isn't, I mean, it's just probably the end of Francis Ngannou's career, in my honest opinion, and he will definitely, definitely be persecuted, at least online, 100% for sure. All right, and just to reiterate again, all of this could just be made up, but there is a lot of news sources out there that are pretty much saying that this actually did happen. And if it did happen, I mean, unfortunately, somebody lost their life, and that really, really sucks. But I think that we might get word on whether or not this is true within the next couple of days. At least Francis Ngannou probably is aware by now that the masses know, and he's probably going to address it pretty soon. Whether or not he did it or he didn't, I expect him to say something. So we are going to be following this news pretty damn close. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now so you guys can be up to date with everything and pretty much all news covering MMA, especially this important one. We will be making a follow-up video to this as soon as we get word on more details on and whether or not Francis Ngannou actually replies to some of these rumors. But that's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, ladies and gentlemen. As always, it's a pleasure. Peace out and have a good one.